welcome back to another episode of Life Unboxed, the podcast.
Yay!
Hello.
Yeah, it's been a journey.
Yeah, we can see our lovely winner. It's you can see her on the somewhere in the screen. She's meant to be in the middle here, or maybe sitting
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, life is not as we plan it.
Development.
Oh well, for the past few episodes now, we've had some amazing guests
Yeah.
on the show. And if you guys have noticed, you will definitely know that Winner has not been with us for some time. And that is because she moved. Yes, she left us and
She slid us.
Yeah.
She moved.
and it's just been myself and Ogo. But she's back again. Yeah.
Like she never left.
Like she never
Well,
left.
point of correction, I didn't leave you guys. I've always been with you guys. Right?
In spirit, the way Jesus is with us, Abby.
It doesn't matter
That's
if it was in spirit or physical. But I've always been in your midst.
Now, so I hear you. So for now, we have this new development of having virtually. Yeah. And we are excited for this new phase too.
Yeah, and we'll make it work.
Yeah. And hopefully we get together again very soon.
Exactly.
Yes.
And
I believe so.
I'm wondering to ask, when I before I moved to to Sweden, I used to think like you don't need to know anybody, that kind of thing. I used to think like, it's not like networking wasn't really it being like maybe in the high places, but then I came to Sweden and I'm like, okay, it's the same thing. What's your
Definitely
experience with
the
networking?
Yeah, I think it's definitely the same. You need to know someone. If you don't know someone now, you do on your own. Serious on your own.
Exactly. And what about you, Winner? Like, have you experienced like such with networking? Like, what's your experience?
I think I was quite informed before I came to Sweden that it's very, very important to put yourself out there so that you get to meet people that will maybe show you around or show you how things work, pass information, because information is very, very important if you want to succeed here.
Yeah.
So I was giving out those things. Let us say I was equipped before coming to Sweden. So it was kind of easy for me to meet people, because when I meet one person, they will introduce me to another person, and before you know it, it's like we have this whole community of random people you get. So it was just like that for me.
Okay. Like, but for you, was it like just because it's a different thing? Like, I'm meeting people to know people, or just for work purpose. So did you network because like, or because you just wanted to make friends?
You always have to be intentional about the things you want. because everybody plays a purpose, right? So when you meet someone and fortunately they are at a higher place than you, of course you make use of that opportunity. Although it's not like all the friendships we make kind of are always intentional or something like that, but I feel that at the early stages of your moving to a new country, that should be your intention most of the time. Yeah.
I don't think it ever occurred to me like you needed to like really network to get a job. I just thought like if you apply, it's not going to be Nigerian. You get it.
No, I think it's pretty much the same everywhere, even in the UK. At least from the people I've heard from.
Okay.
You need to know someone that can help you. I mean, no one is an island. So
I know
it's
that.
definitely similar to the way it is in Nigeria. You need to know someone that has been there, that can show you the ropes, that can say, okay, you can do this way. I can help you get this job this way. These are the things you do and all of that. So I think,
I feel like the only thing that makes me like why I like networking here, like the difference for me, because all this while like I never knew like, because you go for all those career events and they be like 1 hour topic. The most important thing is networking. That's how you're going to get in. You know, yeah, some people are lucky, like all those graduate programs, and they just, you know, get in, they just apply. But if you're finding it difficult, networking is your best bet. But the only thing like I like about networking, like in Sweden, I don't know how it is in the US or in the UK, is that, like, I don't know, but my experience in Nigeria, like somebody always wants to sleep with you.
Ooh.
You mean in Sweden or in Nigeria?
No, in Nigeria. That's why I'm like, why I like networking here in Sweden is like, like people out of here, like you don't even need to worry about somebody trying to like, you know, tell you things that, oh, okay, you need to do it this way to get here.
Yeah.
Like even if they don't want to sleep with you, like they will have to flirt with you, or you will not be like, you'll not be in this uncomfortable position. Like they will try to shoot their shots first. To see that if, you know, and sometimes like there's some people you even have to go through their assistant, you know, all those kind of thing, and people will try to shoot their shot. They'll try to know their limits. Before that, then if they see that you're adamant, some people, if they're nice, they really want to help you with the job.
Yeah,
you still get the job, but they need to push their button to know, can I get that?
Can I get it?
Exactly. But some men, or I don't know if it will be men, I don't know if men in Nigeria always, like, I've heard a friend say, oh, there's this woman that you want to give him a contract because the woman wanted to sleep with him.
Really?
Yeah, so, but he said no, and the woman, like, said, oh, she's not giving him the contract. You know, so I don't know how it's very common for men, but I know like for women you hear like, oh, this person, like they're trying to like shoot their shot to see if they can get their way in, but if they don't. But here in Sweden, it's just if they don't know somebody, they don't know somebody. Like as in, with my own experience, like I don't have that fear. I've never encountered such, and
I can say that why it's like that is because Sweden already has a system in place, kind of. The law is working. The law, so there's nothing like an employee can even sue you tomorrow because of something you did. So they wouldn't want to take those chances, right? So everything, the law is in place. They have a working system. They know the law as well. And everybody, I think 80% of the people in Sweden, they know the law. So they actually know their rights when it comes to all these things. So that's why they can't just let it slip by compared to like maybe in Nigeria where such things are very common. Where maybe even if you get to report it or something, it's not escalated. They just like tell you to die it down because the person is at a very top position. And you know how it is scandal. So but I'm glad it doesn't happen here. And things are actually working, and I hope.
Honestly, I think
that's actually so sad. I wish Nigeria can get to a point where when you say something about an employer trying to do this kind of things, then there's a penalty or there's something that can be done in that case. That's the way it is in here in Sweden. But it's sad.
I hear there's an agency in Nigeria you can actually report, but I don't know how.
What can they do?
Functional, exactly. Like what can they do? That's the thing. I don't know how functional that agency is. Like if you've been maltreated or been like assaulted at your place of work. I don't know how functional they are. I know there was one time on Twitter like, oh, you can report your employee and stuff, but I don't know how functional it is because and that's one thing I feel like some people are also like scared of losing their job or even getting one.
You know
how difficult it is to even get a job in Nigeria. It's very difficult to get a job in Nigeria. So they are afraid that if they get to report maybe anybody making advances on them, then they lose their job. What happens to them? That's the thing. True. Yeah, so some of them are afraid to just take it up and do something with it. But
the only thing like I feel like in Nigeria to network, like in as much as we all have their pros and cons, I feel like it's easier to network. Like if you get to the right circle in Nigeria, it's easier to network. But here in Sweden, it's like
you need to be intentional.
Exactly.
You need to be in the right.
Exactly. Like, and it's like their set of network is like maybe they've known from school.
Right.
You know, so like before you can penetrate into that circle, voila.
Serious voila.
intentional, put yourself in their
But
faces.
would you say you've not been intentional?
Oh, well, I've been, but here there's a limit to your being intentional.
Yeah.
You start wondering as an expert or as someone from a different country, you start wondering, like, when are you doing too much? When are you being in their faces too much?
Exactly.
And they are quite reserved here compared to Nigeria. You can meet someone today and be saying, oh, this is my brother's daughter or something. She needs a job, she needs this and all of that.
Exactly. That's why I say, like, it's easier in Nigeria. Like,
someone you're not even related to by blood. You say, oh, this is my daughter.
Exactly. That's why I say, like, it just has its own pros and cons. Like, in Nigeria, I feel like it's a bit easy.
Yeah, it's
can even be someone in your church or, like,
we are more social, so if it's
yeah, exactly. We are more social. I think that's why. I think we have to consider the culture of the two countries.
There's a very thin line between our formality and informality in Nigeria. You can go from 100 to 0 real quick. In a formal setting, you start hearing, oh, my sister, my brother, who is your sister, is your brother, we are at work.
Yeah.
But here in Sweden, where you can get to that level with someone.
Yeah, like, even if you're, I don't know why it's, like, maybe, like, how much you need to prove yourself before, like, they're like, okay.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, but I just in that aspect I miss Nigeria a lot, because you can even be like your pastor, oh, I know somebody, I know, like,
someone. Yeah.
Well, here in Sweden, it's like, as like, it's like you can even be amongst friends, and like, maybe because getting the job is easier for them or something, like, so they don't know how to, like, oh, let me call somebody for you.
Imagine making just friends is already hard enough here. You not now talk of professional networking, trying to seek jobs out and all of that. I was chatting with a friend, I think last week or 2 weeks ago. She was like, you need to, like, really put yourself out there here in Sweden if you want to network. You need to move and chat with people. Go to these gatherings, like you said, these seminars and all of that. Really chat with people. Some of them may be reluctant to even talk to you.
Yeah, true.
You push it a little bit, and then you know when to hold back. But you try to push it. Sometimes it works.
Well, it's like it's like I've not been working out for me.
Yeah,
like, and sometimes I'm like, I like you say, you don't want you overdo it.
Yeah. That's the problem.
But Winner, what will your advice? Like, because Winner is Baba.
No, I think my opinion on this should be kind of like, you know what you want, right? Even if you might think that you are overdoing it, but it's for your own best interest. You need to get that thing you're looking for without ever thinking about how much you are overdoing it. I don't know if you understand my point, but the thing is,
More like pushing a little bit.
yes, till you get what you want, you need to keep pushing it. When you meet someone, and okay, just for example, you don't have a job, and then you go for all these career fairs and all those things, and you meet people that are actually working in some places that you want to work. Of course, when you get their contact, you follow up. Whenever they are doing internal recruitment, or even sometimes all these companies actually use referral. So it depends on how close you are to the person, and if the referral opportunity comes up, you can just tell the person, refer me now to this job and all those things. So that's why we just have to keep communication with all those people, because we know what we want. We don't have time. We don't have like enough time to like maybe sit back and wait for things to play out the way it wants to play out. Sometimes you just need to put yourself there and grab it. That's the thing. Don't think that you're overdoing it or something, because you actually know what you want. I think that's really what I have to say about this. Although it can be very difficult, of course, but then till you get what you want, that's just how you need to, play it.
I also feel like sometimes it's like, well, I think it's also everywhere. Like somebody can like work in a place and they don't have a connect to their what do you call it? HR.
They don't have a connect. What's
Like for you to talk to somebody like for a job, like you need to be close to the HR, to be like, okay, my friend or your boss. Yeah, so maybe it's like office, go home. Right. Maybe it's office and they go home.
So I'm here in Sweden.
Yeah.
Most times you don't even get to know your HR like that.
Exactly.
You see them every now and then. But
so like talking like in Nigeria, that's like it's easier in Nigeria anyway, because like you can always approach the HR and be like, okay, this and that. Like people talk and you know who to reach out to. Even if you're not in that, like especially like big organizations. If you're not there, like it can be like maybe like definitely, since they have one central unit, so it's kind of hard to like know the HR and everything, but you must share know somebody, like if you
know someone
exactly know
that
somebody
that knows somebody
exactly. Okay, so I think for me, like
it's kind of a bit hard for me because back in Nigeria, like I'm the one that helped people get a job. Like I know who I must call. Like I used to say, like people who don't really well used to call me like best, like bed bug, because I will disturb you, and that's why like something like let me be this. Like I can't even get my way in. Like even as I'm here too, like I know like one or two people, except like especially in like, the industry I came from. Like I know one or two people I can call and be like, except you don't want the job, like sales. Not everybody wants to do sales. So you don't want the job. But if you say, oh, you're already ready for that, I know like one or two people to call to help me like make the calls. Yeah, but now like since like most people I know are kind of leaving the industry too, so it's kind of a bit hard. Because most people really jack by, even from like people I know, like most of them in the industry really jack by that period everybody was going. So like sometimes I look at like I don't know, because I came with my complimentary card. So I like to hold on to it. I'm sorry. I like to hold on to it to like remind me like I used to be a big deal, but look at me now. I can't even get
you were a big woman then.
it's like sometimes like I feel like crying because I know like if you really want to like work in a forex brokerage firm and you want to do sales, I don't know any other job but like sales. At least I know like one or two people to call,
right?
And they would make that happen. But now like I'm here, I can't even make one thing happen for me.
It's hard.
Actually.
It's very difficult.
The main tip I've received so far is after connecting with someone, or when you meet them at all these career talks and all of that, you go out again on LinkedIn, send them personalized messages, or even recruiters after applying to a job, go back on LinkedIn, send them personalized messages, try to connect with them, try to have a chat and all of that about the job, about the company, make it casual a little bit. But that has not worked for me so far anyway.
Yeah, and that's what really like makes me feel a bit sad because I've done everything. Like there's even this lady I was going to like at the point like went to SFE together about, then when I told her like I was cleaning, she now stopped being close to me. So yeah. Or like she was really close.
Where's she from?
She's from Brazil.
Oh.
So like she used to wait for me, we'll go home together. Then when that time came in class, when we need like, oh, what do you do? Like she's a product owner in one of these tech companies. And she not stop waiting, she not stop like sometimes when I tried to wait for her, she's like, oh no, I don't know what went wrong, but I think for me the only thing was after we had a conversation, like when we worked, that was it.
Then she just read you.
Yeah. So like recently I just had to send her a message on LinkedIn. I'm like, I don't know, to let her know that maybe can help my life. So like I've done everything I can do. I've applied. I've done everything. When you go for all those career fair, I've tried to network. I've joined groups. I'm even tired. It's like I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like I don't know if you can help me with your network, with your stuff like that. And she was like, "Oh, that the market is kind of strange now. She can see what she can do." I'm like, "Okay," because it's like I've done everything. What do you?
That's really sad.
Yeah, and there's this other I think it's Leave I attend, like it's a mentorship program. And like the mentor that he assigned to me, I was like, okay, you can do this and do that. And he even said I should follow.
When did you join?
I think last year.
Okay.
But this year they started the whole thing. So and he recommended I should follow Amanda. That
All right.
And I'm like, there's no immigrants. Don't follow Amanda.
Everyone is following Amanda for tips.
And he's like, really? I was like, yeah, every immigrant follows Amanda for tips. Like, and everything he wrote on, like he such. I said, I've done it. I submitted, and but we just talk and. In my mind, I'm like, I hope I get this job through your own network because he works somewhere. So, yeah, it's just like I envy people that just
They've said something. It's really rare. There was this lady I was chatting with, the same girl, like saying you need to put yourself out there. She was like, when she came into Sweden, it wasn't as easy to because she's been here for like 10 years now. Oh, and she has a good job too.
nice.
But she had to go through this process of, trying to network, trying to meet people, trying to get a job too. So I just hope someday you can also tell this story.
I cannot wait. Like, do you know? Sometimes I used to imagine telling my story. like
When I came, I saw
exactly. I cannot wait to tell my story. Honestly, in short, I must write a book.
that.
I must write a book. I think
Honestly,
that's it for a bit.
honestly, it's not easy.
Who knows? Like honestly, we thought by the time we write, these days writing book there.
Everyone is ready.
We write our own book.
Yeah.
Who knows?
You have to,
Let's get
honestly.
there.
Yeah, but
When are you don't give us tips on networking because you're the baba.
how
Guru
am I
for
doing
networking.
this? How?
Unless someone.
But
Yeah,
I think maybe like tips. If you have any new tips for, like for me now, I don't have any tips. If you have any tips.
It's still the same old. Like, just keep in touch with people. Something might come up, and it will be when you're in communication with them, and then they'll just like send you the details for the job, and you get to apply. If not, and sometimes luck plays a role in all this. It's not really easy.
Exactly. Honestly,
It's not really easy to break into the market like that. And although it's happening, some people are doing it, but the percentage is really very low. It's really very low, honestly. But the thing is not to give up. One day you will hit it. One day you'll hit it, right? And then something will come out of it. But don't give up yet. Yeah.
Waiting for that day.
as you meet, I'm waiting for that day. I'm waiting for that day.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for today, and we hope you people can also share your networking stories in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Would have the comments.
And let's get there.
I think this is nice. The
Yeah,
three of us
thank you
once
guys.
again.
This is nice, and you win a very, very more fun. And one of these days too, she can join us and be in person.
Yeah.
Episode, you're going to be here with us so that
I'll work towards that.
it's small money. It's small money. It's not like
I'll work towards that.
So, thank you
Anyway,
guys.
Thank you. See you next time.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.